I'd just like to say that beer and lard have made me the man that I am today. I'm here to talk to you today, to rant to you today, about the dangers of alcohol in society, or more specifically, the dangers of believing the absolute bullshit that you are being fed about the dangers of alcohol to society. I'm not, just a small caveat first, I'm not saying that alcohol isn't harmful. Alcohol is like fire. Fire is dangerous if you treat it wrongly. Fire, every week, people's houses catch on fire and people die. Every week, people die of alcohol abuse. But no one's going around saying that we should ban fire, or that fire, because of its dangerous potential, we should be limited to kind of 2 hot meals a week, or we should only heat our houses on 1 day a week, or anything like that. As humans, we have things which are dangerous to us if we abuse them, but are very, very positive and good for us if we use them in the right way. And alcohol is one of those things. Drinking in moderation is healthier for you than being a teetotaler. There are many studies around the world which prove that if you drink some beer or some alcohol, apparently there are other kinds of alcohol other than beer, if you drink some alcohol, you're likely to live longer, be healthier and happier than if you drink no alcohol at all. This is statistically proven. Google it. There's fantastic loads of studies there to prove it. However, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't know this, living in Britain as we do today. Headlines in Britain are about the alcohol epidemic that we're facing, the increasing cost of the alcohol epidemic to society. On the 5th of September, the Anti-Alcohol Alliance had a National Alcohol Awareness Day in which they massively spread the problem of the £21 billion cost of alcohol to society. That's a lot of money that alcohol is costing us. They said the All-Party Parliamentary Beer Group on Alcohol Harm issued some recommendations about what we need to do to combat the scourge of alcohol in society. And I want to go through a couple of those. They said that we need to tighten advertising regulations to protect children from the effects of underage drinking. 2 problems with that. There's been no ever proven relationship between alcohol advertising and underage drinking. And secondly, the week they published this, the new figures on underage drinking fell to the lowest level on record. They said that we need to reduce the blood alcohol limit for drink driving. Again, the same week, new figures were published to show that drunk driving fatalities have fallen to the lowest level on record. They said that we need to increase the cost of alcohol because of the cost of alcohol to society, and that the cost of alcohol to society is increasing all the time. I find that difficult to believe, given that alcohol consumption has fallen 18% over the last decade. So I'm not quite sure how the cost of alcohol abuse can be going up. So this 21 billion figure, I just want to kind of talk about that. It's a bit few numbers, I'm very sorry, but have a drink, they'll go in easier. The biggest element of this 21 billion cost of alcohol to society is alcohol-related crime. But alcohol-related crime has fallen by 32% over the last decade. Are you starting to see a pattern here yet? And there's various different aspects to this, but this whole thing of a cost to society, one of the biggest elements of this is that when you break down these figures, the cost of things like alarms and crime prevention things of alcohol-related crime is 1.7 billion. So apparently we're spending 1.7 billion pounds a year on alarms to warn us of the approach of drunk people. Now, I don't know where these alarms are being sold, but unless we're buying them from abroad, then that 1.7 billion pounds is actually a contribution to the UK economy. People scared of drunk people attacking them is actually creating business and selling things in our economy, which is quite a wonderful thing when you think about it. The biggest element, though, is the emotional impact of alcohol-related crime, which is 4.7 billion. Most of that 21 billion is items which are insubstantial, which are not able to be measured. So when I learned about business accounting, which I was really, really rubbish at when I did a business studies degree, I learned that if you're going to calculate the cost of something, you also have to calculate the benefit of something. It's double entry bookkeeping. If you're going to say this is what it costs, you've all got to say this is what the value is that we've got. And the problem with the 21 billion cost of alcohol to society, apart from the fact that it's made up, and the Full Fact Society, which measures independent statistics, says that it's a load of rubbish, that they couldn't find anyone who's worked on calculating this figure, and they couldn't find any workings that support this figure. The other problem is that they're not calculating the positives. Now, the beer and pub industry puts £22 billion a year into the UK economy. So it's already paid for itself. And I know that sounds like one of those kind of smoking arguments about, oh, well, the taxes pay for it. But there's more than that. If we're going to talk about the emotional impact of alcohol abuse, if we're going to talk about the emotional impact of victims of alcohol-related crime and all that kind of stuff, I think we also have to talk about the benefits of drinking to society. And using the same rigour that the anti-alcohol crowd use, I want to sort of put some figures on the benefits of alcohol to society. So if we think about weddings, for example, the wedding industry in the UK is worth £10 billion to the UK economy. Now, 25% of people meet their future spouses having a drink in a pub. So I'm going to claim 25% of the value of the wedding industry as a benefit of drinking to society. Drinking is creating jobs because it makes people get off with each other and get married. If you think about the value of a boss taking an employee for a drink to say, you've done really well, thank you for working over and above the odds, don't look for another job, I know I've been working really hard, but thanks very much, I just want to tell you in an informal setting. I think that's worth 10 billion to the UK economy. If you think about when someone's got a problem that they can't cope with, and you say, well, let's go and sort it out over a pint. Take my mates up. I want to talk to you about my relationship, about my job, about the fact I'm feeling very unhappy, about I'm worried about my parent who's ill. Let's go and sort it out over a drink. No one goes and sorts those things out over a cup of tea. They go and sort it out in a pub over a drink. I think that's worth 50 billion to the UK economy. The effects of drinking are mainly positive. A minority of people suffer alcohol-related harm. Now, they suffer alcohol-related harm because of the reasons they are drinking and because of the way they are drinking. There's a really strange statistic which shows that the richer you are, the more money you have, the more likely you are to drink alcohol. The poorer you are, the more likely you are to suffer alcohol-related harm. Now, that doesn't make any sense unless you think about the reason people drink to excess is not to do with the fact that drink is there and it's available. It's to do with the fact that they're unhappy because of other reasons in their lives. The vast majority of us drink because it makes us feel more relaxed, it makes us feel more sociable, it makes us feel happier. We drink and we have a better time, we're kinder to each other, we're nicer to each other, we laugh more, we smile more. And as a society, at the moment, we seem to be trying to convince ourselves that that is a bad thing. And I think that's ridiculous. So go to the bar, get a drink, toast each other, you're doing good, you're contributing to the UK economy, you're reducing your chances of heart disease and hypertension, and unless you drink 10 pints and throw up and fall over, you're improving your health and your likelihood of living a bit longer. So cheers, I'll see you at the bar.